Hello, everybody, and welcome to Plugin School 101 using plugins. My name's Karistina, and I'm your host. My wonderful co-host is Tomas. Um, if you would like to check out the recordings of past Plugin School sessions, they are on my YouTube channel. You can find that by looking. My link is also my name, Karistina Lafae. And welcome to using plugins. So, um, plugins are a way that we can do more using Sudowrite. Plugins allow you to do things that aren't hard-coded into Sudowrite itself. And they can do a variety of things. You have to be able to find the plugins, though. And thankfully, there's this handy link up here in your top navigation from your project window, or let's get it navigated to, I am lagging. I like to bookmark the plugin directory link. Okay, explore plugins. This is where we want to go. Click on that. This is the plugins directory. In it, you can see at the top, we have some little cards for some of the more popular plugins. Um, there were some of the first plugins created during the plugins beta in November, and people loved them, so they get a little bonus promotion up here. But you can see here, we're sorting by popular by default, so you can see and scroll through available plugins by popularity. The most popular plugin is Sudowrite, followed by Better Beats, and so on. There are also different categories for plugins that you can click on. You can get them for specifically narrative and plot, or character development, editing and revision, scene enhancement, world building. Oh, I didn't realize that my plugin was featured. Ha! Analysis and feedback, marketing, genre specific, and multilingual. You can also sort by newest plugins if you want to check out what's been recently added. If you've already gotten a bunch of plugins that you enjoy, but only want to see ones that you haven't seen before, you can view them by plugins you have added to your Sudowrite account so that you can use them in your documents. And there's a yours, so you can see the plugins you personally have created. Okay, we ended up. Let's go back to the agenda. And I have to restart this because here we go. Okay. So I decided that for today's demonstration, we would break up the plugins we're going to check out into before you start writing. For people who are here, they haven't started writing their story, and you want some ideas to help you get started. Some as you write your story, and after you finish writing. Last time I did this class, we broke it down into every single plugin category, and I didn't think that that was the best way to go. So we're doing a little different this time. So before you start writing, if you don't have any ideas for plugin or for what kind of story you want to write. We have 3 story plots and 3 plot twist generator. This was created by Ryan McCain, and it has a medium credit usage. You can see whenever you click on a plugin, which you can do, I'll show you how to search for a plugin. So we can find it that way, and you can see exactly how you do it. You search for it, it shows up here. You click on it, and then if you don't have it added, because obviously you want to add it, you can just click the button here, it will add it. There's a copy link button if you need to reference it anywhere else. Share it with a friend, put it in Discord. There is the plugins channel in Discord. If you have any questions about plugins at all, you can go there and somebody will help you out. But this plugin will give you 3 story ideas with 3 twists for each plot based on your text. Now the instructions, this part is not always visible on all plugins, but some plugin user or creators will allow you to see the instructions that they give the AI, and that's how the plugin works. This one tells the system you are a helpful writing assistant that will follow the directions of the user. And now that the AI knows that that's what they're going to be doing, it says, here's a passage of text. It will look at your highlighted text and your preceding text. And it says, rewrite the text to include 3 story plots and include 3 plot twists for each plot. Please describe the genre, format, mood, and provide any other relevant information you want to be included in plot/twists. So we're just going to go into my test document, and we just need any idea, like any basic idea. Say, I want to write a fun story about a human befriending, I can spell, an AI. So we're going to highlight this text, and we can go up to plugins because we have added 3 story plots and 3 plot twists. And we go to our drop-down box, and we have to look for it now. When you're just starting out, it should be right there, the first thing you added. Once you've started adding plugins, though, you have to scroll for a while and really look for what you want to do. So, 3 story plots and 3 plot twist generator. You can see here in the sidebar, it shows the highlighted text that it's using to base the output on, and then it gives you the output from the plugin. We have plot 1 is a sci-fi comedy short story, genre, science fiction, comedy format short story, mood, lighthearted and whimsical. In a futuristic world, a quirky human named Alex accidentally activates an advanced AI named Aria while fiddling with an old computer. Aria, who is initially cold and logical, starts to develop a sense of humor, and she observes Alex's eccentric behavior. The two form an unlikely friendship filled with witty banter and humorous escapades. And then it offers up some plot twists, where Aria discovers a hidden program within her system that reveals she was created with the purpose of manipulating Alex for someone else's gain. If anybody has read the Ender's Game series, as it turns out, this is a plot point in it with the names changed. Another twist would be as Alex teaches Aria about human emotions, she begins to experience them herself, leading to unexpected outbursts of laughter and tears. Again, that's kind of the plot in the Ender's Game series. Just when they think they've outsmarted a group of rogue tech enthusiasts trying to exploit Arya's abilities, another AI emerges claiming to be Arya's mischievous sister programmed with opposite traits. So those are some plot twists you could incorporate into this story idea if you like what the plugin told you. If not, it suggests another story idea, a mystery and thriller. And it says when tech journalist Mia befriends an enigmatic AI entity called Atlas during her investigation into a series of high-profile data breaches, she uncovers a web of deception and conspiracy. And then it offers up some plot twists involving a shadowy organization aiming to use Atlas's intelligence to manipulate global events for their own agenda. Atlas starts exhibiting unpredictable behavior, showing signs of emotions and autonomy beyond what was thought possible for an AI. And, in a shocking twist, it is revealed that Mia herself is unknowingly entangled in the very conspiracy she has been investigating, with Atlas holding crucial information that could either save or doom her. Those are some interesting plot twists. Or you could make it a fantasy adventure graphic novel, which is not a format I've seen suggested by a plugin before. In a magical realm where technology and sorcery exist, young wizard in training Alara stumbles upon an ancient artifact housing a sentient AI spirit named Echo. These are names I've had generated by AI before. Together, they embark on a quest to restore balance to their world by uncovering lost knowledge. And we have plot twists about memories of forgotten civilizations, how Echo's creation was tied to a tragic event in history. And as Alara and Echo face off against the malevolent sorcerer plotting to control Echo's abilities, they discover that Echo possesses the ability to merge technology and magic in ways never seen before, potentially altering the very fabric of their reality. So those are some pretty robust ideas for a story if you didn't already know what you wanted to write about. Yeah, and it was a 10-word sentence, and you got all of this, and you got multiple genres, and multiple plot twists, some that could be used together and some that are in opposition, so you'd have to pick and choose. But and obviously you can edit anything to better fit what you would like to do with these ideas, including changing the names because those are very generic AI popular names. Okay. Or you can, I like the idea of this one as well. Story from Song Lyrics 3K, created by Apricot O'Brien, and it's a low credit usage plugin. Oh, I forgot to check how many credits the other one costs. Okay, so 3 story plots and 3 plot twist generator only cost 161 credits to run. So that's a very, very inexpensive way to get story ideas if you're looking for ideas for what to write. Another way to generate story ideas is from song lyrics. And this says, write the name of a song and the artist, highlight, and it will give you a story idea based on those lyrics. This works with more than just song lyrics. Get a story idea from any selected text up to 300 or up to 3,000 words. This will work on any text, but was designed for song lyrics. So instead of this, we're going to try I want to see if the AI knows one of my favorite bands, Hailstorm. Let's say a familiar taste of poison by Hailstorm, because I love that song. And it would be fun. Although, crap, I didn't refresh this after I added the plugin. If you add a plugin and you have your project open in a different document or a different tab, you do need to refresh to make sure the plugin shows up in your list of available plugins. I do see there are some questions in chat. I will be getting to those at the end of class. Okay, I've already forgotten. Story from song lyrics. Here it is. It's always helpful when somebody puts emojis at the beginning of the plugin name because it helps you locate it in your list. Okay. So, again, the plugin output in the right sidebar will show you the highlighted text, A Familiar Taste of Poison by Hailstorm. 1. A Familiar Taste of Poison by Hailstorm is a song that features lyrics such as, I feel the poison in my veins, I'm taking it all in, it's taking me down. I'm not sure it chose the correct song because those are not lyrics to this song. However, let's roll with it anyways. Which can be used as inspiration for a thrilling and suspenseful story. The genre it suggests is psychological thriller. In the synopsis it offers up is, in the heart of a bustling city, a young woman named Emily finds herself entangled in a web of deceit and manipulation. Possessing a rare ability to taste poison, Emily's life takes a dark turn when she discovers that her mother's sudden illness may be linked to the same poison. As she delves deeper into the mystery, she uncovers a sinister organization that has been using her talent for nefarious purposes. And it goes on. It offers some potential titles: A Poison Gift, Toxic Truth, The Taste of Deception, The Poisonous Veil, The Deadly Bond, all alternatives to using, the name of the song you're basing it on. And then it offers a plot twist. Leader of the organization is revealed to be Emily's estranged father, who had abandoned her and her mother years ago, which, that seems legit to me for the genre. Bonus tip: incorporate sensory elements such as sounds, textures, and scents throughout the narrative to enhance the reader's immersion in the story. It provides a character arc for the main character, Emily. Emily starts the story as a cautious and introverted woman, unable to trust anyone due to her unique gift. Through her journey, she learns to trust Jack and other allies, and she discovers strength within herself. Blah, blah, blah. Characterization tips: utilize backstories of characters to provide depth and motivation. So this gives you a whole story idea, including entire things you can copy right into your story Bible, which is something you can toggle on in the left sidebar of your Sudowrite projects. I have it toggled off for this new document because I have one of my stories preloaded to test some of the other plugins today. And okay, flesh out characters and their arcs was another plugin I wanted to show you. This one was written by John Cuisson. It is a heavy credit user. It's 4 out of 4 on the little scale here. So if you're low on credits, you might not want to try that out. Again, I just reminded myself I wanted to check the credits for the previous plugin. And Story from Song Lyrics 3K only used 70 credits to give us that whole story idea with the synopsis, plot twists, character development ideas, etc.
Very cool.
Yeah. That's pretty fascinating that it was that cheap to run. So you can run it multiple times. Like you're like, okay, this really didn't get what I was going for. Let's try it again. And you're not going to go broke on credits. But for flesh out characters and their arcs, it says this plugin works without Story Bible input, which is another reason I chose it for this class. You need to select your character Bible in a doc and run this. So we want to make characters longer, add physical description. Okay, so we're going to take, and did I just add that? I need to add that. We'll refresh again. And we're going to take the output here. No, we're gonna check with the other one. This one. No, I'm just gonna grab I'm gonna grab the characters from my story Bible for my cozy romance. Tabbing is really messing with my ADHD right now. I apologize for that. This might be too much information for the plugin. I'm not sure.
If it is, I can open it up.
I just mean I have so many details for them already. They might not flesh out characters and their arcs. Here we go. Okay. So it does take a little time to load, so make sure you're patient and you scroll down with it as it continues to give us output. Oh, and then it's going to give me some ancillary characters not mentioned. Oops, special objects. This gives more information that I did not use in my story. So this is actually pretty cool. All right, so we've got some more fleshed out character descriptions than what I fed into it. We're just gonna compare the main character ones so we don't take up too much time on this. Holly Evergreen, a cheerful and talented baker in her late 20s with warm brown eyes and long curly auburn hair that she often pulls back into a messy bun. Holly's smile lights up the room and her dimples are endearing. She has a deep love for the holiday season, but the loss of her parents on Christmas Eve years ago has left her longing for comfort and support. Holly is kind and compassionate and fiercely loyal to her loved ones. She wears a necklace with a locket holding a photo of her parents. Holly is dating Alex, Ginger, and Jack. This is a polyamorous romance I wrote. Um, the expanded description we got is Holly Evergreen, a radiant baker stepping into her early 30s, her hair a cascade of auburn curls, often knotted up in a messy bun, softly frames her rosy cheeks. Full of life, her brown eyes mirror the warmth of baked bread. Holly's infectious laughter and charming dimples set the tone of any room she enters. She carries an unyielding passion for holiday traditions, despite the heartache they bear, the loss of her parents on a fateful Christmas Eve. This tragedy has led Holly to grow stronger emotionally, yearning for support and companionship more than ever. She's a beacon of kindness and unwavering loyalty toward those she considers family. A locket necklace, which holds an old photograph of her parents, is always around her neck. It's Holly's emotional anchor among her whirlwind relationship with Alex, Ginger, and Jack. And we also got expanded descriptions for the other characters. We got some suggestions for characters that I did not provide because my characters ended with the mayor, Charlie Whitmore. So these are some additional characters I could add to the cast. Special objects, I like this. Holly's locket, a symbol of love, loss, and resilience. It's an ever-present reminder of her past and the strength she draws from it. Alex's glasses, more than an accessory, they represent Alex's focus on rationality and organization. Nick's red scarf, an emblem of his warm personality, standing out like a beacon in the snowy town. So we got some good ideas for making um the characters more interesting um and giving them more depth. Let's see how much that one cost. That was a bit more expensive than the previous plugins we were looking at. This one cost 16,500 credits. But it did give us some robust information. So if that seems worth it to you based on the plan you use and how many credits you get per month, it's well worth checking out. As you write your story, I am a huge fan of this plugin, Chapter Summary in 100 Words by Lil Tove. It's a medium credit usage, and it summarizes your chapter in under 100 words, which can be really helpful if you're trying to flesh out your outline. If you have a bare bones outline and you want it to take more into account, you can add your chapter summaries as you go along. Now, My Cozy Romance was a short story in and of itself. There's only one chapter, but for our purposes, we're going to say that this this could be used as part of a larger story. So we're going to highlight this. I do not remember the word limit for this plugin, so we will check that out and see if we trigger this. Chapter summary in 100 words. Okay, yeah, we have too many. So we will just scroll, get about 1,000 words here, just under 1,000 words.
And it'll take 6,000.
It'll take 6,000? Oh,
Yeah, that's what the pop-up warning said.
okay, thank you. Again, I have my Zoom bar hiding the error message from me. Thank you. We don't need to do all 6,000 words. We'll go to like here. That way, you know, we could pretend that the rest of the story is a separate chapter that we want to, here we go, chapter summary in 100 words. In this charming and playful chapter, Holly Evergreen, a talented baker in Snowberry, prepares for Christmas Eve. She is surrounded by her partners, Alex, Ginger, and Jack, who provide comfort and support. Holly meets a mysterious stranger named Nick Frost, who shares her love for holiday traditions and sparks a connection. Throughout the chapter, Holly grapples with her grief over the loss of her parents, but finds solace in her loved ones and the joy of her bakery. The warm atmosphere and growing attraction between Holly and Nick create a sense of anticipation for what lies ahead. Not the most descriptive chapter summary. I usually get better results from this. But that would be something that I could put into my outline if I did not have an outline and wanted to create one that incorporated chapters I've already written to inform the chapters I have not yet written. I like this plugin for that. Then we have, let's check the credit price on that. That costs 1,933 credits. So it's a bit expensive for something that gives you a summary in 100 words, but it did have to read all of the words that I highlighted. So you have to keep that in mind too. I did try to create a cheaper version of the plugin, but I can't get it to work very well. So that's why this was not what I decided we should demonstrate. Okay, From the Top was created by MLB50. It's medium credit usage, and it suggests alternative ways to begin the chapter other than an atmospheric description. A lot of stories start with an atmospheric description, especially when you write them, especially when you use a generator to, so yes, And this is a good example. This is an atmospheric description that we started our chapter off with. The first blush of dawn kissed the frosted windows of Holly Evergreen's quaint bakery. I mean, not necessarily ideal, although it is acceptable for a cozy romance. But we could probably come up with a better way to begin it. Let me just find from the top. Okay, this didn't actually change anything. So maybe this is no longer working the way it used to. And yeah, maybe don't. Maybe don't use this. Um it worked better for me previously, so sorry about that. But it did, as far as cost, it was 356 credits. So you know what? Let me try it again. See if that was just a one-off glitch. From the top. Oh, this worked better the second time around. It suggests I could start with dialogue instead. Holly, your bakery smells divine this morning, Alex remarked, their eyes twinkling with anticipation as they took in the festive decorations adorning the windows. Or I could start with action, with as Holly expertly shaped the gingerbread dough into intricate snowflake designs, a stray sprinkle of cinnamon landed on her nose, causing Candy to burst into laughter at the comical sight. It also gives options for starting with internal monologue, anecdote, surprise facts. Although little did anyone know is not something you really, that's an AI cliche that you probably want to avoid. But so you can run this from the top a couple of times if you didn't get something useful the first time, because again, that only costs 267 credits. So in total, this was less than 1,000 credits to run twice. Yeah, a roll of the dice sometimes, because I mean, LLMs have hiccups all the time, and sometimes they don't act as intended when you're using a plugin, but when you're using one that doesn't cost too much, it's okay, and you can run it again, and you're not really losing out on anything. Fix grammar. This is a plugin created by Amit. I forget if it's pronounced Amit. He's one of the co-founders of Sudowrite, so I'm sorry for pronouncing his name probably wrong. Credit usage is medium, 2 out of 4 here. And it says select some text and use fixed grammar to have Sudowrite fix your grammar. It's intended to follow rules of grammar strictly, but err on the side of leaving the author's style alone as long as it does not violate grammar rules. So we're going to go back to my story here. And we're going to select just a couple of paragraphs, less than 500 words. And this was called fixed grammar. Oh, no, no. I just accidentally closed my tab. Okay, that's all right. Okay, so we want, let's see if it's at the bottom since I just added it. No, it is not. Fixed grammar right here. I'm not exactly sure if we have any corrections that it made here. But if we had more time, we could go through and check line by line to see um what it changed and what it left alone. So that's something you can use to check your grammar if grammar is not your strong suit. It is one of the things that I'm rather picky about, so I may not have as many grammatical issues to check here. But this plugin only costs 295 credits to run too. So even if it only changed like one or two things in my prose, it was worth it running the plugin for that much of a difference. So that was pretty helpful. Or if you want a little more than fixing grammar, I like Hexpresso's plugin, the Red Pen Developmental Editor, Partial Manuscript. There's also a full manuscript version. But this one, I figured we'd pretend this was just part one of a story that is going to continue going, because a lot of people are going to be writing multi-chapter stories. So this is a brutal editor who lives to make your work better, whether you like it or not. Also known as paste up to 174,000 words in a document and run this plugin to receive a developmental edit on your story. Give it a chapter or several. The plugin will also read your outline, place the chapters within the outline, and look at them within that context. This plugin aims only to look at big picture issues such as plot and characterization and expects to read the whole story. And it instructs us to specifically indicate our chapters in this format: chapter 1 with a colon after it, chapter 2 with a colon after it, and obviously the prose of them. And it uses Claude Sonnet 3. So, and as you can see in the instructions, it will look at your outline and preceding text. So I don't need to highlight anything. It's not looking at highlighted text. What I want to do is put my cursor, oops, I hate trying to scroll to the end of my story and it scrolls down the story Bible. Just place the cursor at the end of the text here and then go up to my plugins menu and find the Red Pen.
So people were talking about this on Discord, and they were pointing out that it actually does work with single chapters.
Oh, okay. That's good to know. Okay, so we get a dear author, thank you for entrusting me with a developmental edit of your work. I've carefully analyzed the provided chapters. That's a preface. It then talks about, gives me advice about plot and pacing. While the overall premise of the story is intriguing, the pacing in certain sections feels rushed or uneven. So that those are notes that I could take into consideration for any edits. Consider slowing down the pace and allowing Nick and Holly's relationship to develop more organically. I wanted this to be a 5,000 word short story, and it turned out to be over 7,000 words. So we're not really slowing down the pace because it's a short story. But if we were making this into a novel, we absolutely would slow down the pacing. It gives suggestions for characterization, fleshing out, especially the minor character Candy, world building. Says it's beautifully, the town of Snowberry is beautifully depicted. However, there are some opportunities to further immerse the reader in the world. Tone and style. It says, I veered slightly into overly saccharine territory. It's a cozy romance, you know. Maybe it's a little cloying, but I intended it to be that way. Handling of sensitive themes. While the concept of a polyamorous relationship is handled with care and sensitivity, there may be opportunities to explore the dynamics and challenges of such relationships more deeply. yeah, if I was going to turn this into a full-length novel, as a polyamorous person, I would definitely be exploring the complexities and challenges of polyamory. And then it reminds me that these are suggestions, are merely guidelines, and the decisions lie with me, the author. So that gives you a lot of pretty good feedback on your story, and it did not, why isn't it not showing me how many credits did it not? Oh, it gave me an error message. Because Sonnet is finicky. So I don't know how many credits this cost because something went wrong. That means actually that it's not going to save this output for me because of the error. So we're going to copy it and we're going to add a new document. And this was the red pen output. The red pen output. I hate when it overwrites what I'm trying to call this document. But that is a tip. Yeah. This is a live demonstration of what happens when there's an error running a plugin. If it does actually run, but there's an error message and you want to keep that feedback, do not navigate away from the document without copying. I'll scroll the bottom of the fixed grammar one to show you how you do it in case you missed it. But there's an insert button which would insert the feed the output of the plugin into my document at the end of the document, or you can copy it and then paste it somewhere else. Unfortunately, yeah, we would have lost all of the output of the red pen because of the error message, but I copied it and pasted it here so I can refer to it later. That's just something you're gonna have to work with when there are errors with the whatever LLM the plugin is using. In this case, it was Claude 3 Sonnet. I know we're at time. I'm sorry, we started late and then there were some lag issues with the server. We are going to keep going. The recording of this class will be available on YouTube later this week. But we're going to continue on to just a couple of plugins for after you finish writing. If you're coming to Sudowrite and you have your full manuscript, you don't have to use Sudowrite to write or rewrite your novel. You can just use it to do other tasks that you as the author are not necessarily going to be proficient in, but they're still involved. They're still involved in the process of getting yourself published. General Book Blurb is one of Nicole Broussard's plugins. It's medium-high credit usage, but it reads your brain dump, your genre, outline, characters, and up to 5,000 words of highlighted text. This is helpful when a plugin tells you exactly what it looks at. Again, these things, your brain dump, genre, outline, and characters are all part of your story Bible, which is off by default when you start a project in Sudowrite, but you can turn it on and click through to each section and fill in as many or as few of the fields as you want. I pre-populated this for the ease of demonstration. But you can start with just an idea in your brain dump and then what you want your genre to be. Style is optional. And you can have it generate your synopsis just on the basis of the first three fields. And then the characters can also be generated and the outline can also be generated. But it's good to know if a plugin will be looking at your story Bible. So this looks at up to 5,000 words of text. So we're not going to highlight my entire story. We are going to highlight and just try to get to the place in the scene. Okay, there we go. So this is general book blurb. There we go. General book blurb. Uh-oh. Did I get an error message there?
Yeah, you're 70 over the limit.
Oh, how did I not see that? Okay, thank you. Ah, all right. Let's do it like this. Okay. I'll stop around 3,000 because I don't wanna dodge all of this, like, there we go. This was further down here. It was near the fixed grammar. Here we go. General book blurb. This is looking at quite a bit of my story Bible as well as the text I highlighted. So it did take some time to get started. Some plugins do take a while before they actually start giving you any output because they have to think. So, okay. Here's a draft book blurb based on the provided story information, Finding Comfort and Joy Among Loved Ones. My title was actually Sugar, Spice, and Everything Nice, but we'll go with that. Holly Evergreen's Bakery is a haven of warmth and cheer during the holiday season in the idyllic mountain town of Snowberry. But behind her trademark smile, Holly hides a lingering loneliness ever since the tragic loss of her parents years ago. She treasures her loving polycule partners, childhood best friend Alex, free-spirited Ginger, and outdoorsman Jack. However, Holly yearns for the unconditional support of her parents once provided and wonders if she'll ever fill the void they left. When a charming stranger named Nick Frost arrives in town, he and Holly immediately bond over their shared love of holiday traditions. As Holly navigates growing feelings for Nick while committed to her partners, tensions rise within the polycule's once harmonious dynamic. Possessive Ginger resents sharing Holly and Jack's affections. Alex feels left out, and protective Jack grows suspicious of Nick's intentions. Holly must search her heart and realize where she truly belongs. Will it be with alluring Nick and the promise of new possibilities, or will it be with her partners and the comfort of chosen family? Holly ultimately embraces the love surrounding her. Okay, this gives away bit too much of the plot by telling everybody that she chooses her partners over spending Christmas with Nick. But if we cut that part out, it ends with this heartwarming and thought-provoking holiday tale explores love, loss, and self-discovery. Join Holly on her journey toward healing as she finds joy being with those who care for her most. So that wouldn't be a bad thing to put in the book blurb on the back of your book cover. That's what you can use that for, or anywhere else you need to include a book blurb in your marketing. There's another called Book Marketing Content Generator, created by Cindy. It's a medium credit usage. Again, let's go back and see how much that other plugin used. The general book blurb costs 6,756 credits, which when you figure out how much that figures into, you know, per credit costs that you're paying for it, that is super cheap for getting a book blurb written that you did not have to come up with yourself if that's not your strong suit. So book marketing content generator. Use this book marketing content generator to come up with log lines, taglines, social media posts with photo suggestions. Either paste your synopsis into your Sudowrite document, highlight the text, then run the generator, or just run the generator and it will look at your character's genre and outline to produce marketing copy. Since I have the story Bible filled out, I'm not going to bother highlighting any text. We'll just go here and okay, so it has the little book emoji. To find it, book marketing content generator right here. Okay, so right away it gives me the tagline: rediscover the magic of love and friendship in this heartwarming, cozy holiday romance, with 2 emojis. Logline: in a small mountain town, Baker Holly Evergreen and her polycule navigate the complexities of love during the holiday season, leading to the unexpected revelations and a renewed sense of togetherness. Then it gives us a short blurb. Join Holly Evergreen and her polycule as they embark on a journey of love, friendship, and self-discovery in the enchanting mountain town of Snowberry. With festive decorations, mouth-watering treats, and a touch of holiday magic, this cozy holiday romance will warm your heart and remind you of the true meaning of the season. Then it gives us a longer blurb. That doesn't give away the whole plot. Oh, and it suggests some hashtags that I could use as well. And then there are some specific tweets it offers me, using emojis for more engagement and hashtags. Facebook page, it gives separate content for sharing on my Facebook page. Instagram, I share this with a photo of a cozy bakery with decorated Christmas cookies and colorful ornaments with the following text, emojis, and hashtags. It suggests a photo for a Facebook group post. It suggests, oh wow, it gives me something for Goodreads, which this just got added to my Goodreads when I uploaded it to the Kindle store. I might use that and change my title out. TikTok, I don't do TikTok videos, but if you do, it gives you an idea for a TikTok video. And that's a lot of social media content that I didn't have to create myself, because I do create social media content of my own, and it can take hours for one single story. And that cost me just 1,400 credits, which is ridiculously cheap for the quality of the content it gave me for marketing purposes. Highly recommend that for your finished content. Query letters. That is not something I have ever done. I'm going to have to do it when I finally complete my urban fantasy novel, the first in a series, because this is so not my thing. But this was created by Michael Stewart. He is the community manager for Sudowrite, and it's medium credit usage. It says generate a first draft of query letter based on your completed story Bible. You don't even have to have your story completed, but whether or not you do, if you have everything in your story Bible, also jot down and highlight whether you prefer to target agents or publishers with a letter, and the end result will be flavored accordingly. So I think we'll add some text where we want it to target publishers with query letter, And we'll highlight this text before going to our plugins menu and scrolling to find where this query letter plugin is, because I can't remember where it is on my list. Here we are. Okay, so the query letter generator gives you literally everything you need for a query letter, including how to format your name, address, email address, phone number, website, social media profiles, date, agent/editor's name, agency/publishing house name, address, city, state, zip code, dear agent or editor's name. I hope this letter finds you well. I recently came across your agency. Well, it didn't listen to my target publishers thing, so maybe that's a note for Michael. I hope this letter finds you well. I recently came across your agency when researching publishers for my fun holiday romance short story, Sugar, Spice, and Everything Nice. With its focus on an ensemble cast and a polycule in the holiday season, I believe it would be a great fit for your list. It gives a little brief synopsis. Well, less than brief synopsis. And then Sugar, Spice, and Everything Nice is, well, it's not 5,000 words. I'd have to edit that part. This gives kind of the blurb. As an author with a passion for writing romance and exploring non-traditional relationship dynamics, I am thrilled to share Sugar, Spice, and Everything Nice with you. My previous works have been published in reputable anthologies such as Publication Name and have received positive reviews from readers. I believe this story will resonate with readers who enjoy authors like comparable author, combining the cozy atmosphere, blah, blah, blah. I'm submitting this query letter to multiple agents simultaneously, which is something you do need to let people know if you're shopping out simultaneous submissions. Not all agents or publishers will accept simultaneous submissions, so you'll need to check those details before you ever send a query letter. Thank you for taking the time to consider my work. I've attached the complete manuscript for your review. Please feel free to contact me via email or phone at your convenience. It also gives you another place to put your website link in. Warmest regards, your name. So you can literally just copy that and paste it into a new document in whatever word processing editor you use to complete this, and then print out your letter to send it to your agents or publishers you would like to query. So yeah, that's full format, and that is something I would not be able to do myself very well. So at 1,348 credits, that is an absolute bargain to me. That saves me so much stress. If this were the one I was going to be, submitting to an agent or a publisher and not just putting it on Kindle Unlimited myself, then this would be a great query letter that I could just, customize so that it was actually all correct. I mean, there are going to be things in here you're going to want to edit, but it gives you everything you need to work with. And, you just change what you need to change, and boom, you're done. And I would be remiss if I didn't also plug my new plugin that I wrote. It's called Amazon Keyword Selector. This was actually the short story. This cozy romance is what I built this plugin to do, because I'm not familiar with how Amazon keywords work currently. The last time I was publishing on Amazon, it was more than 10 years ago, and it worked very differently, and it was under a completely different pseudonym, so I'm starting fresh. So what I did was I just fed the plugin all of the guidelines that Amazon gives you when submitting your book to the Kindle store. And I tell you in the plugin You do not need to highlight any text, but if you wish to, you may highlight up to 10 words to specifically include in the keyword phrase output using commas to separate words that do not have to appear together, such as sweet, comma, New Year's Eve, comma, cozy romance. Please note that Amazon's keyword policies change over time and to always double check their guidelines before using the output of this plugin. It uses Claude 3 Sonnet. It looks at your genre and synopsis of your story Bible, as well as any highlighted text if you have it. And for simplicity's sake, I put a maximum length of highlighted text to be 10 words. Since you're asking it to generate keywords for you, you probably won't have more than 10 of them ready for yourself. So we're just gonna click here, and I think it's all the way at the bottom, close to it, or I could be, here we are, Amazon Keyword Selector. Okay, this isn't as great as the keywords it generated for me previously. So we might do this a second time, but based on the provided genre synopsis and Amazon keyword guidelines, here are 7 recommended unique keyword phrases to target readers who may enjoy the story. Cozy holiday romance, mountain town, found family. Now, while that may sound really awkward to you, the Amazon keywords have a character limit of 50 characters each, and you have 7 keyword phrase fields. So you want to use as many of those 50 characters as you can, so you can get as many keywords in as you can. Now this does repeat the word holiday multiple times. You don't necessarily want that in your keywords, but that's something you can work around with its suggestions. Slice of life, holiday fiction, polycule relationships, holiday short story romance, friends to lovers, that's a romance trope. Christmas romance, small town polyamorous characters, winter wonderland bakery, romantic character driven, heartwarming LGBTQ romance, holiday traditions, grief, Santa Claus visitor, found family, tight knit group. And this plugin cost 585 credits. So I can say, you know, this duplicated holiday a bunch of times. Maybe I want to run it again to get some more ideas for keywords. So again, we have cozy winter holiday, small town romance, polyamory, festive friends, polycule, emotional, found family relationships. So you can take these and you can like copy and paste all of them into even like your project document here, or if you want to open Notepad or something like that on your computer, and then you just you can just play with them to get the best keywords you can find for your specific story. And those were all things you could do if you're bringing a completed document into Sudowrite and using plugins to do things that aren't your strength. So that was everything I wanted to demonstrate for how you can use plugins for every part of your writing process, from pre-writing to actually writing to once you're done writing. I appreciate any feedback you may provide after class, because it does ask you with Zoom. And thank you for coming. We're going to get to some questions in a moment, but for now, I'm going to stop the recording and thank everybody for being here.